I hosted a personal branding workshop recently, and afterwards, I got a question from someone in the audience about any advice I have for people interested in getting better at public speaking. So, even though I refer to myself as a professional speaker these days as someone who gives over 100 talks a year, I'd also call myself a very, very strong introvert. And growing up, I was very shy and used to hate speaking in front of crowds for a good chunk of my life. So if you're someone out there who doesn't love public speaking, I've got 3 pieces of initial advice for you if you want to get more comfortable with it. First, I'd invest a lot of time into your preparation. One of the best ways to fuel your confidence and overcome any nervousness you may feel is to rehearse your content enough until you really know it inside and out. I'd rehearse the timing, your content, and your delivery again and again. Now, some people are concerned they may come across as overly rehearsed, but I've found that doesn't tend to happen. You'd rather risk coming across as overly prepared than risk coming across as underprepared when giving any important talk. Second, especially with larger crowds where you inevitably are going to spot some people who are out there and look uninterested, distracted, or even intimidating, I always find it helpful to identify 1 or 2 friendly faces in the audience, people who really seem like they're with me and on my side. And I try to pretend like I'm only speaking with them the whole time, even though I'll still make eye contact with the rest of the audience, which also helps the talk feel more personal to me and hopefully to the listener. This is a trick I learned from my radio news anchor days when we used to broadcast out to thousands of listeners. So I remember when I was training to go on air, my news director would tell me to just remember I'm only speaking with one person at a time. Someone who's in their car or maybe listening to the show on their own. Similarly, when you're in front of a large audience, you're speaking with a group of individual listeners, each hearing you individually. Finally, when it comes to being more comfortable with public speaking and giving presentations, nothing is going to beat hands-on experience. So if you want to get better at public speaking, the only way you're really going to do that is by doing more public speaking. And if you're like me, the first time you do it, you're going to feel nervous and reluctant to go up on stage. And there are going to be hiccups and bumps and things that don't go exactly the way you want. But the next time you'll be a little better. And the next time you'll be even better. And kind of like a muscle, the more you do this, the more comfortable you'll become with it. So I'd recommend you, yes, rehearse and know your content and absolutely focus on trying to speak with one person at a time. But ultimately, the way you're going to get better at something is to force yourself to do more of it whenever you can. Hopefully that's helpful. And if you have any other questions about public speaking or personal branding, let me know.